Good morning everyone, and welcome to my second ever episode of the If Knits Could Kill podcast. My name's Claire and I am an avid knitter and crocheter who lives in Ireland with my family. I created this podcast so that I could share my knitting and crochet journey and everything fibre arts. So if this is something that may interest you, then keep watching. So after my last episode, if you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. Today I have 3 finished items and I also have a new whip, and I'm also going to show you my progress on my other items from 2 weeks ago. So let's get into my finished items. The first one I want to show you is my finished hexagon of my hexagon blanket that I'm making, the Tunisian in the round by Knitting Otter on Ravelry. The pattern will be linked down below. It is a brilliant pattern if you want to learn a new skill, and I am fully enjoying how it's turning out. So this is my latest finished hexagon. Sorry for the chair. This is one of the patterned ones, and they are 38 rows each. And I am using my hobby blocking boards and pins that I bought. You can get these on Hobby. I will link them below. I am not an affiliate for any of these companies that I talk about, but I got these blocking boards when they were in the sale on Hobby. They're now €40. And you get 9 in a set. So I got 2 sets because I like to make blankets and shawls and things. So I bought 2 sets. So I will link those down below. I do have another set that I purchased on Amazon, and these, you got the blocking pins with them and the T-pins. This is also 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. This is also a pack of 9, but these are slightly thicker. They're not on sale at the moment. I did buy them in the sale, but you get them in this handy case, this carry case, which is great for storage. And I will link all the details down below if you want to have a look for these, and keep an eye on Black Friday, because that's what I did and I grabbed them in the sale. They are around €48 at the moment on Amazon, but I still think they're a bargain anyway, with the thickness of the blocking board in comparison to the Hobby. There's nothing wrong with the Hobby ones, but I do like the thicker blocking boards. So that was my first finished item. It is the Knitting Otter Tunisian Blanket Cal 2024, and you can purchase that on Ravelry. So if you're looking to learn a new skill and you'd like to try Tunisian in the round, then I would go off and have a look at Knitting Otter's blanket. She does have a couple of other blankets on there that look really good as well, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it up to now. So that was number 1. My second finished item is my socks. So these are for my daughter Piper. They are the heel toe do-si-do socks by the Crazy Sock Lady. I made these on 2.25mm 9-inch circular needles, my Chai-Goos, and I did 56 stitches because she's quite a skinny child, so she doesn't need them as big as what I made her previous ones. They were a bit big for her, so I've gone down to 56 stitches for her. The wool is the Sheepies Downtown. Let me see if I have the label for that one. Yep. So it's the Sheepies Downtown. Absolutely lovely wool. And it's South Hill. I did 1x1 twisted rib, because that's my favourite now. I did the German twisted cast on, which is now also a favourite of mine. I did the normal heel and gusset by the Crazy Sock Lady, and then I did the rounded toe, also on the pattern. They whipped up quite nice. It's only a two round repeat, so it was perfect. And I could do them on the go, and I didn't have to worry because I knew where I was up to. I did use my roll counters. I do like using roll counters, but mainly so that I know how many lines I've had to do. So they are going to be photographed now and put on my Instagram account. And my Ravelry, I am on Instagram at ifknitscouldkill, and I'm also on Ravelry as Claire McMahon 83. If you want to follow me, everything will be linked down below. So yeah, they were great. As I said, this was Sheepy's Downtown, and the heels I used Fable in dark pink. Drops Fable. Let me see if I can get the label for that one. There we go. And that one was from the Woolly Castle, and it is colour 109, dark pink. What else do I need to say? Oh, the sock blockers, if you're in Ireland, I got these from the Winnie the Wool Wagon, and they are, I have the price written down for you. They are 11 to 13 euros, depending on the size you need. These are the medium size. The large size I have as well for adult socks. These are for my kids' socks. So yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah. So there's my second finished item of the day. My third finished item, I will try to show you without scraping my chair this time, is my summer section of my temperature blanket I was making. I am making the 4 Seasons temperature blanket by the Crochet Hook Cottage, and I've literally just finished the summer section. The autumn section has just begun, so I've just started that whip. So I will show you how the summer section of this blanket looks. It's all mosaic crochet. I am using Durable in White from Woolly Castle, which will be down below. And I'm also using Drops Baby Merino in a variety of colours. For summer, I've gone for yellows and oranges, and it's looking really good. So here is the summer section of my blanket. It's not been blocked yet, but it is fantastic. They're about 1 metre wide, 1 metre long, so it's going to be a fantastic blanket. And as you can see, when we got to the top, the weather did start going cooler for the last couple of days of September. It's been cool really all summer. We've had a really rubbish summer. So I didn't actually get to use any red, which is gutting. But it's going to be a lovely warm blanket, and I can't wait to use it. So that is the Crochet Hook Cottage, and it's the 4 Seasons temperature blanket. Every line of every day is different, and I loved that idea because temperature blankets can be boring from just doing the same line day in, day out, and they can grow massive. But with this one, you're not going to have that problem. It's 2 meters wide by 2 meters long because you put them all together at the end. So I will pop a picture in as well of that one, and then you'll be able to see what that looks like when they're finished. So that concludes my finished items for this week. So let's get on to our whips. So my first whip is my next hexagon for my hexagon blanket. And now I am on a grey one. I use blue for the coloured hexagons, and I'm using grey and white for my they don't have as much pattern. So this one now, I've nearly finished now the pattern bit, and it'll all turn to white round the tops. So I'm going for the grey. So I'm using Drops Fable, and I'm doing it in Drops Fable in white. And I think this one is Salt and Pepper. You can get multiple different colours in the blues and the greys. So I'm mixing mine. Every time I make another one, I use a different type of colour. So then my blanket's going to be a bit more funky. These are 38 rows wide. And yeah, I do 1 row a day. There is no end date to this. I'm quite happy that it runs over the time that it's meant to be finished, as long as I finish it, because I really want to see it finished. It looks fantastic, and I will put a picture up here for you. And this is the Knitting Otter Tunisian Blanket Cowl 2024, and it's Tunisian in the round. I'm using the Symphony double-ended Tunisian crochet hook in a 4mm on one side and a 4.5mm for the return pass, which is the coloured section of the Tunisian crochet blanket. And it's turning out lovely. So that is my first whip. My second whip, I only started yesterday, so I don't have much done, but I've just started my cuff. And I've done the same again, a German twisted cast on, and I'm doing 1x1 twisted rib. And these are the Pierre socks by Stephen West. I have made these before, and you will see them finished on my Instagram and my Ravelry, but these are for a gift for Christmas, and so I wanted to make them again for somebody else. The first pair I made for my husband, and it's a fantastic pattern. If you don't like boring socks, this is a great pattern. It changes down the leg into different sections. It keeps me entertained all the time because it's so different all the time. I am using Wild Atlantic yarns, and it's called A Coastal Winter. Wild Atlantic Yarns is one of the hand dyers in Ireland. I will link them below. They have some lovely colours, and I have a few of their skeins. The rest of the yarn that I have left from my socks will be going into my All Irish blanket. I really want to make an All Irish blanket from all hand dyers all over Ireland. So my third whip I would like to talk about is my Crackling Rose shawl by Monster Knits. It's available on Ravelry. If you watched my last episode, I was explaining that me and my friend wanted to do a shawl together, and this is the one we chose. So the Crackling Rose shawl by Monster Knits, I'm using Life in the Long Grass, which was a subscription yarn that I received. And I popped in a progress marker to show where I was the last time I showed you. Trying not to drop all my stitches. So, where is it? There it is down there. My little cow progress marker there. So I got this subscription in 3 different colours. I've still to weave all my ends in. And as you can see, it's working up absolutely beautifully. This is a Christmas gift. I am doing 4 rows a day, and I just love how it's working out. It's one of those patterns that changes all the time. They're not the same every line. So you usually have about, say, 14 lines that alternate, and then it changes to something else. And you have a straight side on one side, and it's still going out on the other. It's working up absolutely lovely. I absolutely love it. There's so much detail in it. I've learnt so many different stitches. It's just absolutely stunning. And the yarn, I'm so proud of choosing this yarn for this project. I think it suits it so well, and colour is not my thing at all. But these subscription boxes from Life in the Long Grass are perfect, because if you're like me and you're no good at mixing colours, then she's done it for you. And I also have another 2 of these sets, not in the same colour as these, but I'll be able to use them for future projects, so I can't wait. So that's the Crackling Rose shawl. I just need to move my stitch marker for next time so we know where we're up to. I will pop a photo on the screen so you can see it, and all the pattern details will be linked down below. It's a perfect pattern. I've only just got back into knitting after so long, so it's great even if you're a semi-beginner wanting to expand your horizons. It's perfect, and it makes a lovely shawl. So that is that. Here is the tag. So it's Life in the Long Grass. Another lovely Irish dyer, hand dyer. It's her fine sock base. Sorry about the pitter-patter. That is the pug coming in to have a nosy. And the colourway is Water Lily Fade. It's a stunning one, and I will definitely be getting more of her subscriptions. 3 skeins where all the colours match. It's perfect. Not massively the point showing you my next whip, but this is the beginning of my autumn section of my blanket, of my temperature blanket. So this is the same one as the summer, but this is the autumn, and I've chose reds, pink, a bit of pinky, browns. So these are my autumny colours that I'm going for the autumn part of my blanket. And these are the same, it's baby merino. I will pop a link below. I got these between Winnie the Wool Wagon and Woolly Castle, depending if they had the colours free for me to buy. I just buy one ball of each one, and then as I'm running out, I buy another. So I don't feel the pressure of spending so much on a blanket. So that is the 4 Seasons temperature blanket by the Crochet Hook Cottage. And while we're talking about the Crochet Hook Cottage, I was successful in becoming a pattern tester for her. So I will try to put a picture up here for you. This is her newest version of her temperature blanket. I haven't got very far yet, but this is the Planet Earth temperature blanket. So at the moment, as you can see, I don't have much, but it's parts of the map that I am making out with the temperatures. So I decided to go for blues and greys because that's what colours my front room is, and it's turning out absolutely lovely. I'm using exactly the same as what I'm using for a 4 Seasons blanket. I'm using Durable in White from the Woolly Castle, and I'm using all the different blues and greys I can get my hands on from Woolly the Castle and Winnie the Wool Wagon in Drops Baby Merino. It is super soft, and it's going to make a beautiful blanket that's so oh, it's just lovely. It feels lovely. So this is a very long blanket. It's 474 or 94 stitches wide, I think it is, something like that. And it's going to be the perfect blanket for snuggling up to once it's finished. She's hoping to release this in January. So you'll be able to make one of these as your temperature blanket for 2025. I love her patterns. I love mosaic crochet. If you've never tried mosaic crochet before, it is so good, and the pictures that you can get out of it. I've made quite a few mosaic crochet blankets now, and I thoroughly enjoy it because it keeps me interested all the time. Every line's different, and you can use as many colours or as little colours as you like. Mosaic crochet is absolutely brilliant. It's a great skill to learn. If you love to crochet, then you will love mosaic crochet. Creating pictures on blankets is absolutely brilliant, and I absolutely love it, and I will definitely be making many more. So that's all my whips this week. Unfortunately, I've not had any deliveries yet. I am waiting for my subscription from Sophisticated Mayhem Yarns. Hopefully that will be here in the next week. It's usually here in the last week of the month, but it didn't arrive yet. So I will show that on my future video. I am planning on going to another yarn shop, so if you keep watching for that coming up. I recently visited Spring Wools and I had a great time there looking around. It's so good to actually feel the yarn in person. I did buy a few things, but I am holding my money ready for the Dublin Fibre Festival, which is at the end of October on the 26th in Dublin. I will pop the poster on here on the screen for you. I would love to go and visit a couple more of the shops around Dublin. If you like seeing different shops with different yarns available in Dublin, then please keep watching. I will pop a link down below with the previous visit that I took to Spring Wools in Walkinstown, Tala. It was an absolute fantastic day and I really enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to travelling around Ireland and seeing many more yarn shops. I think that's all I've got to talk about today. Everything will be linked down below. All the patterns that I've spoke about, all the yarns and all the shops that I spoke about. Please let me know if you're going to the Dublin Fibre Festival. It would be lovely to meet some people. And if you like videos like this, please hit subscribe and like this video so that I can keep making more. It's lovely to see that people have viewed my previous video. I've never done this before, so I'm very new to all this, and I did pick up myself a microphone because I realised that it was very quiet on your end and I had to mess about quite a lot with CapCut that I'm using to edit my videos to raise the voices on so that you could hear what I was saying to you. All the links to my social media accounts and my Ravelry are down below. I will be popping on another video very soon with my updates from my whips and items that I have finished and maybe some new whips on my needles. I was making the Almina shawl with my Stylecraft Aran with tweed, but I felt it was a little bit too thick for the project. I didn't like the way it was so stiff working up. So I've decided to wait and try and find a nice yarn while I'm in the shop myself in the flesh that would suit this better. It's a beautiful shawl. I will pop a picture up here. It's just that I think I picked up the wrong type of Aran yarn for the project. So I am on the lookout for the best Aran yarn for this. If you have a great idea on which yarn to use for this project, please drop them in the comments. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to reply to everyone. Well, that's me. I'm off now. I've got so much to do today. Thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to speak to you again soon. Have a lovely day, everyone, and plenty of knitting and crochet. Thank you. Bye.